Ready, set, it's bath time! Hello and welcome back to the Introvert Circus. Today is going to be a bath vlog. As you can see there, I've got some spray cheese on the side. It is my favorite thing to use at bath time. So I thought in today's video, we would just talk a little bit about the importance of grooming and how I structure bath time. I love to make bath time as fun as possible. Obviously, I have a water dog, but that doesn't mean she necessarily loves baths. I think that's one of those things that people get really confused about with their dogs. They're like, my dog likes to play in the water. Why doesn't my dog like the bath? Well, it's a completely different experience. When your dog is playing in the water, they're engaged, they are doing fun things. When they're having a bath, they are standing still in a tub, which can be slippery, which for a lot of dogs is disorienting or disconcerting, can be really stressful, can actually even be uncomfortable or painful. And they are also being handled. And if your dog doesn't have a lot of experience being handled, being in the bath can be really uncomfortable and stressful. So it's a really great idea to get your dog comfortable with being handled as much as possible, as early as possible, by pairing it with fun and rewarding activities like treats and games, and making being handled something they're just really used to. So when it comes to bath time, it's not something to be stressed about. I also like to make bath time as engaging as possible. Sometimes I'll involve toys in the tub. I always involve treats in the tub. I like to just spray my spray cheese right along the tub edge as a way to give my dog something to do while she's in the bath. It also allows me to really easily maneuver her in the tub by just spraying cheese in a different area of the tub. I can get her to automatically choose to rotate her position instead of having to try to move her around while I'm bathing, which is particularly nice when you have a dog who is, over 100 pounds. I want her to always feel like she's getting to make the decisions about where she is, but an easy way to get her moving around the tub is just to direct her with some cheese, and then she's like, delicious, I'll go that way. So definitely, if you have a heavy coated dog, particularly a large heavy coated dog, you can't go anywhere without people asking about what grooming is like. And so I always do like to demystify life with Newfoundlands a little bit, because I think there is so much kind of mythology about this breed. They are a grooming intensive breed. You are going to spend a lot of time grooming these dogs if you have one. And I think it's really important for people to know that and be prepared for that and to be up for that. So I brush ideally every day. On a busy week, it's every couple days, but most of the time we try to brush every day to keep her coat in good condition. And that makes bath time really easy too. I love to go into the bath and not find any tangles or anything like that. I did find some leaves from this afternoon in the yard. I can't remember where it is in this video. I pull out like a full leaf from her coat because she had just been out running in the backyard right before it was bath time. So that definitely happens. Those are things you're going to find, but definitely a grooming intensive breed. So be up for the challenge of that if you are thinking about getting one of these guys. But yeah, so this was our bath routine. She gave a little shake there, fair enough. And I just maneuver all the way around her body, making sure that I get her fully soaked. What you're seeing at this point is me coming in with more water in spots that I didn't get all the way down to her skin. One of the really cool things about Newfoundlands is that they're double coated breed. So they have an outer coat, which is a oily outer layer, which protects the undercoat and the skin and is actually really difficult for water to penetrate. It's part of what keeps them warm when they're swimming in really cold waters, which is what they were bred for. So at bath time, I have to be really careful to make sure that I'm actually bathing all the way down through her undercoat and down to her skin. So there are points where I'll go in and be like, oh, that spot is not wet all the way down. So go in, add some more water and then coming in with the shampoo to get her nice and clean. Similarly, and you'll see this, I think I have some footage at the end or towards the end as well, where again, with that double coat, not only do you have to make sure you get all the way down into it. I think this was the leaf, maybe. One of them. You have to get all the way down in there with the water. Yep, there was the leaf that was in her coat. To make sure that you get them wet for bathing, you also have to make sure you fully rinse all the way down to the skin, so you're not leaving any shampoo residue in that undercoat, which could be irritating to their skin. So it is a whole process. She is a big dog to bathe, but she's super, super good about it. And it really helps that she knows that it's a time that she gets yummy rewards. She just has to stand there. She knows what the criteria is. And that helps a lot. You know, she is not a dog who came fully formed knowing about baths. I feel like I should mention that when she was a puppy, she was really, really, really not a fan of baths. And so I worked really hard to help her to make positive associations with being in the tub, with it. When you're in the tub, awesome things happen. You get the spray cheese. If you don't want to spray cheese or peanut butter on your actual tub, you also can use a licky mat. There are licky mats that actually are like suction cups that can attach to your tub. I know that when I finish bathing my really big double coated dog, I already have to do a full clean of the tub anyway. So for me, it's just easier to spray directly onto the tub because it helps me, like I said, maneuver her around. But if that's not your jam, you can use licky mats as well. I just find it one less thing to have to deal with. Here we go, moving it over here. You get some right in her face action while she's licking over there. It means that I'm able to really easily get her rinsed, and she is looking super sudsy. Now it's time to get all of those suds off. As I was saying, when you're bathing your dog, it's really, really important to make sure you wash all of them, but equally important to make sure you get all of that shampoo out of their coat at the end of the bath. That will help keep them feeling comfortable and clean, but not itchy and uncomfortable from the bath, if that makes sense. So it was a really good bath day for us today, just getting her nice and rinsed. And now we are going to get her out of the tub, and she's a little ghost. She's a little ghosty. So cute. So let her chill out a little bit, got her dried off, and then we headed outside to play a little bit. I am a fan of air drying. A lot of people with Noofs do use dryers. I've never had an issue with air drying, and she actually dries fairly quickly. So relatively speaking. So we came outside, we played around a little bit, let her get some energy out from bath time. She was such a good girl. And then as another way to burn off some mental energy from bath time, I like to spend some time letting her have a chew. So we went back inside and took a little break. I watched a bit of YouTube and let her oh, good girl, getting a treaty. I watched a bit of YouTube and let her have some time with a braided bully stick, which she was very excited to get to chew on. And it was a really, really good way to close out part of our Sunday, or at least the dog grooming part. And then she took a big nap after her bath, and I cleaned the bathroom, which was, you know, covered in water, spray cheese, and dog hair, but it's worth it. You know, is it a messy way to do baths? Sure. But it also makes for a much better experience for my dog, and that's my big priority. Let me know how you approach bath time. Do you also involve lots of treats and games in the tub to make it fun for your dog? I'd love to know what your process is like. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in a Vlogtober video tomorrow.